is useless. Do you know why? Being top of the class, especially in middle school or high school, doesn't necessarily mean you will succeed later on. There are several reasons for this. The first reason is that often the best students are like robots. They memorize, work for hours every night, stress before every test, and this will not allow them to develop intellectually, because excellent students only work for grades, but are not really interested in what they study. And this robotic behavior is perfect for being a good employee, but not for succeeding in life. Next, excellent students do not know how to handle failure. One might think that being afraid of failure is a good thing that pushes us to strive for excellence, but this has its limits. Breaking down in tears because you got a 15 out of 20 instead of 18 on a miserable math test is still a bit problematic. The problem is that most excellent students only live through their academic results. And during middle and high school, this can go very well, but when they arrive in the real world, most of them fall hard, because unfortunately, just memorizing books is not enough to succeed in life. On the contrary, average students who have spent their schooling discovering new things, meeting new people, stepping out of their comfort zone, and being confronted with failure are often the ones who succeed the most in life. A study has even shown that you are more likely to become a millionaire if you are an average student than if you are an excellent student.
Of success, I would say there's probably three enemies of success. The first big enemy is the comfort zone. But the comfort zone is where people become comfortable doing what they're doing, and they don't like to change. So there's tremendous resistance to change in our society. 80% of the population finds reasons not to change, even if the change can be positive or beneficial. The second thing that holds people back is what is called learned helplessness. This is where people feel, I can't do it. And the third enemy is what we call the path of least resistance, which is always looking for an easy way to achieve a result. But nothing worthwhile can be achieved easily.
Self harder than you work on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. Then he said, if you work hard on yourself, you could make a fortune. So I worked hard on my job and made a living, but I learned, starting with those extra hours per week, learning these extra skills, I started working on myself. What could I do to start increasing my progress and make my health better, make my income better, make my investments better, make my value to the marketplace much better, get busy learning the second skill and the third skill and the next language and the next language to increase my value. I got to get busy and do that. See if you will do that. I promise you. One of the greatest motivating factors in the world is progress.
5 people who want to see you win. Number 1, the person who's always happy for you and never jealous of you. Number 2, the person who pushes you when you start to slow down. Number 3, the one who believes in you, sometimes more than you believe in yourself. Number 4, the person who doesn't ask for much, but always gives. And number 5, the person who loves you the same, no matter if you're winning or losing.
Learn nothing from winning. You only learn from your failures. You have to lose your fear of failure. Failure is a part of the process. People who never fail, never try. You have to fail. You got to get it wrong to get it right. You learn nothing from winning. You only learn from your failures. You have to lose.
The first thing I think you need to understand is that these people that you're comparing yourself to, you don't really know. The ideal that you're observing that makes you jealous and resentful is in large part an illusion that's created by your own mind. You're quite different from other people, and you shouldn't be comparing yourself to them because they're not like you. You know, they don't have your family, they don't have your temperament, they don't have your troubles, they don't have your abilities. The only person that has those is you. And this is why one of the rules, I think it's rule 4, is compare yourself to who you were yesterday and not to who someone else is today. And see, that's a game you can win, because you could be a little better today than you were yesterday.